Ladies and gentlemen, we all go through moments in life when it feels like the world is against us. It's easy to feel small in the face of overwhelming challenges. The storms of life seem relentless, and we might find ourselves questioning why we have to endure such struggles. We look around and see others moving forward, while it feels as if we're stuck, unable to move, weighed down by circumstances beyond our control. It's a lonely feeling, and the temptation to give in to despair can be overpowering. But I'm here to remind you of something important. Life's struggles are not the end. In fact, they are the beginning. In those moments of hardship, when everything seems like it's falling apart, you are actually standing at the threshold of something greater. You are being tested, not to break you, but to make you stronger. It's easy to fall into the trap of wanting to escape discomfort, to run away from pain and obstacles. We've all been there. Looking for the easy way out, wishing for things to just get better without us having to fight for them. But the reality is this: growth doesn't come in times of ease. Growth comes in the chaos. It's in the storms that we learn what we're truly made of. When life knocks us down, that's when we have the choice to rise stronger than before. In the face of adversity, you have a decision to make. Will you let the hardship define you, or will you let it refine you? That's the power of choice. No one can take that from you. You may not control the storm, but you can control how you weather it. And let me tell you, no storm lasts forever. Consider this: the moments that truly shape you are rarely the ones filled with comfort and ease. They're the ones that challenge you, that stretch you beyond what you thought you could handle. Those are the moments that force you to dig deeper and discover strength you never knew existed within you. You may not see it right now, but that strength is there. You have faced battles before, you have endured pain, you have come out on the other side, not unscathed but stronger, wiser, and more resilient. It's these very moments that are preparing you for what lies ahead. The question isn't why me, the question is, what am I supposed to learn from this? Because life isn't punishing you, it's preparing you. And what you're going through right now, those moments of stress, pressure, and uncertainty, are not there to break you. They are there to mold you into the person you are meant to become. So, take a deep breath. Stand tall, even when it feels like the world is pushing you down. Embrace the storm, for it is shaping you into someone more powerful, more resilient, and more capable than you've ever imagined. And as you face the winds of life, remember this: this is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the most transformative chapter of your life. The road may be tough, but you are tougher. You are more capable than you realize, and this moment is just the start of discovering the version of you that can face anything. Trust the process. Believe in the outcome. You've got this. Embrace the storm. When life is hard, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, defeated, or lost. You might even ask yourself, why me? You look around and see others moving forward while you're stuck, wrestling with the weight of your own challenges. You feel like the world is against you, like every step forward is followed by 2 steps back. But hear me when I say this: hard times are not the end. They are the beginning. Right now, in this moment of difficulty, you are being tested. The question isn't whether life is hard. The question is, how are you going to respond? Are you going to let the weight of the struggle crush you, or will you rise above it? Too many people go through life trying to avoid discomfort. They spend all their energy running away from pain, try to dodge obstacles, believing that happiness is a life free from struggles. But let me tell you something, that's not where growth happens. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It doesn't happen when everything is smooth sailing. Growth happens in the chaos, in the storms, in the challenges that seem insurmountable. Growth happens when you don't give up even when you want to. Growth happens when you refuse to stay down. You have a choice. You can choose to let this hard moment define you in a negative way, or you can choose to let it shape you into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Think about the moments in life that have truly changed you. I'm sure they weren't the moments of peace and comfort. No, they were the moments when you were pushed to your limit, when you faced the unexpected, when the storm seemed endless. And yet, here you are, standing stronger than before, because you chose to fight through it instead of running away from it. This is where true strength is built, not in the absence of hardship, but in the ability to rise through it. The process of overcoming these hard moments is what makes you who you are. You don't need to avoid pain. You need to embrace it, face it, and move through it. You don't need to ask why when things are hard. You need to ask, what am I meant to learn from this? Because life is not punishing you. Life is preparing you. What you're going through right now, the pain, the stress, the pressure, is teaching you. It's showing you your own strength. It's making you realize that you have more power inside you than you ever thought possible. Every challenge is like a new classroom, and every hardship you face is a lesson being taught. If you don't quit, you'll come out of this stronger, wiser, and more equipped to face whatever comes next. So don't shrink when life is hard. Don't pull back. Don't retreat. Stand tall, even if it feels like the world is knocking you down. Take a deep breath and keep moving forward, step by step. You are stronger than you know. You are more capable than you realize. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning. And you're about to discover a version of yourself you never knew existed. One that can face anything life throws its way. Find your strength within. When life feels like a constant battle, the key to pushing through is remembering that you already have everything inside you to overcome it. It's easy to look outward for solutions, seeking advice from others, waiting for a sign, or hoping that one day things will magically get better. But here's the truth. The power to change your situation lies within you. You have already survived 100% of your hardest days so far. Think about that for a second. Every single time life knocked you down, you found a way to get back up. You found a way to keep going. That strength, it's still in you. You've always had it. When life gets tough, it's easy to feel as if you've hit a dead end. You might start doubting yourself, wondering if you're strong enough to carry on. But let me remind you, the strength doesn't come from always being perfect or having everything figured out. Strength is built in the moments when you want to quit but choose to keep going. Strength is made in the decisions to keep moving forward even when every part of you wants to give up. I want you to know something crucial. You have everything you need to rise above your current struggles. The answers you seek are not out there somewhere. They are already inside you. It's just a matter of unlocking that strength and embracing the resilience that you've developed over the years. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable. There will be moments when you feel like you're standing at the edge, staring into the abyss, unsure how to take the next step. And when that happens, it's easy to forget that you've done hard things before. You've been through challenges in your past that seemed impossible at the time, and yet you made it through. It might have been painful, it might have taken longer than you expected, but you made it. You didn't give up, you kept going. And this moment is no different. Yes, life is hard, but you are tougher. You are capable of far more than you give yourself credit for. Right now, you might not see it, but the resilience you've built through every trial, every setback, is what will carry you through this storm. You have a choice right now. You can either let the difficulties in your life define you, or you can let them refine you. You can choose to see this moment as a setback, or you can choose to see it as an opportunity to show yourself just how strong you really are. It's in the toughest moments that you will find your true strength. In the moments when you feel broken, vulnerable, and overwhelmed, that's when you get to decide. Will you break or will you rise? And you, my friend, are going to rise. How do you do this? How do you unlock this strength inside you when it feels buried beneath the weight of your struggles? It starts with belief. You have to believe that you are capable of more than you think. You have to remind yourself that you are a survivor, you are a fighter, and you can face this storm head on. You need to stop looking for external fixes and start looking inward. Recognize that everything you need to move through this is already in you. Your strength, your perseverance, your will to push through. You've always had it, and you still do. So take a deep breath, dig deep, and trust that you are more than enough to face whatever lies ahead. You've got this. Focus on what you can control. When life feels overwhelming, it's easy to get caught up in everything that's going wrong. The list of challenges seems endless, and your mind races with worries about things that are out of your control. And here's the thing. The more you focus on things you can't control, the more powerless you'll feel. But here's the secret to surviving hard times. Focus on what you can control. It's easy to get distracted by everything that's wrong. But the truth is, there are only a few things in life you can truly control. You can control your actions. You can control your attitude. You can control how you respond to the challenges you face. In moments of crisis or struggle, it's important to remind yourself of this. You have the power to decide how you respond. No matter how difficult the situation may be, how overwhelming the pressures are, you get to choose how you react. You can't control the actions of others. You can't control the circumstances you're facing, but you can control how you approach them. One of the most powerful things you can do when life gets tough is to take a step back and focus on your circle of control. What can you do in this moment to improve your situation, even if it's just a small step? It's easy to get lost in the chaos, to feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but when you focus on the small, tangible things that you can control, you shift the power back to where it belongs, in your hands. For example, if you're dealing with a challenging work situation, you may not be able to change how your boss or colleagues behave, but you can control how you show up to work each day. You can control your level of professionalism, your effort, and your mindset. If you're facing personal struggles, you may not be able to change other people's reactions or choices, but you can control your own emotional responses. You can control how you handle the pressure, how you prioritize your mental and physical well-being, and how you take care of yourself through it all. In moments of stress, the first thing to ask yourself is, what can I control right now? Focus on that. Start with the small things. Maybe it's organizing your space, creating a plan for your next steps, or simply taking time to rest and recharge. When you focus on what you can control, you begin to regain a sense of power over your situation. Let's face it, life is unpredictable. Things will always happen that you can't anticipate, and obstacles will arise that you can't plan for. But the one thing that will always be within your power is how you choose to respond to those obstacles. You have the power to decide if you're going to give in to stress and negativity, or if you're going to stay grounded, focused, and calm, knowing that your reaction is what defines the outcome. And when you begin to focus on what you can control, you realize something. You are capable of far more than you ever imagined. You're not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of your own reality. You focus on what you can control. You open the door to endless possibilities, and you take back your power. So in moments of hardship, remember this. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Take a deep breath, take action where you can, and know that you have everything it takes to navigate through the storm. Keep moving forward no matter how small the steps. In difficult times, it can be tempting to stay still, paralyzed by fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Life throws us curveballs, and sometimes it feels like every step forward is met with 2 steps back. It's in these moments that we often ask ourselves, what's the point? Should I just give up? Here's the truth. The point is to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps are. Progress is progress, even if it's barely noticeable. When life gets tough, the key is to maintain forward momentum, even if it feels like you're crawling instead of running. The worst thing you can do when faced with challenges is to stop altogether. The moment you stop moving, you let fear and doubt take over. But if you keep moving, even if it's at a snail's pace, you're still moving in the right direction. I know it's hard. I know it feels like your energy is depleted and your motivation is nowhere to be found. But listen closely. Movement creates momentum. When you take that first step, no matter how small, you create a ripple effect. The more you move, the more confidence you build, the clearer your path becomes, and the more you'll see that you're capable of pushing through even the toughest times. Imagine that life is a river and you're in a small boat. When the waters are calm, it's easy to paddle along at a steady pace. But when the current gets strong and the waters get rough, it's tempting to just stop and wait for the storm to pass. But here's the thing. If you stop paddling, you'll just be carried away by the current. You'll be caught in the chaos, stuck in the same place, unable to move forward. However, if you keep paddling, no matter how hard it is, you'll eventually get to calmer waters. It's the same with life. No matter how difficult the situation, keep moving. It might take longer than you want. It might feel like you're not making much progress. But every small action is building towards something greater. Take a moment and reflect on your journey. How many times have you felt overwhelmed and uncertain, but somehow you made it through? How many times have you wanted to give up, only to realize that if you'd given up, you'd have never seen the success or peace you now enjoy? This is why it's so important to keep moving forward, even when things seem impossible. The small steps you take today will add up, and eventually, you'll look back and see how far you've come. It doesn't matter if the steps are small. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're moving at a slow pace. What matters is that you're still moving. And here's something else to remember. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You don't need to know exactly how things will work out. You just need to keep taking that next step, no matter how uncertain the future may seem. Success isn't a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and bumps along the way. But if you keep moving, even in the smallest ways, you'll reach your destination. So when life is hard, when it feels like you're stuck or you can't see a way forward, just keep moving. It might be a small step, but it's a step in the right direction. And that's all you need. Trust the process, believe in the outcome. When you're in the middle of a struggle, it's easy to get discouraged. You feel like you've been pushing for so long, and yet the results don't seem to match your effort. You begin to wonder if it's worth it, if all this pain, stress, and work is even leading anywhere. But here's the thing. Success doesn't happen overnight, and neither does healing or personal growth. It's crucial, in those tough moments, to trust the process. Life doesn't always unfold according to our timeline. The things we want, success, peace, happiness, don't always come when we expect them. But that doesn't mean they aren't coming. It just means we need to trust the journey and the timing of it all. Think about the most beautiful things in life. They didn't come about instantly. A seed doesn't sprout into a tree overnight. A masterpiece isn't painted in one sitting. Progress takes time, effort, and patience. And sometimes the greatest rewards come after the most difficult periods of waiting, struggle, and growth. Imagine you're a runner in a race. It feels like you've been running for hours, your legs are sore, and the finish line seems so far away. It's easy to think about stopping, to convince yourself that the pain isn't worth it. But remember, the race isn't over until you cross the finish line. Just because you're tired doesn't mean you failed. Just because you don't see results immediately doesn't mean you're not making progress. Each step, each breath, each moment of perseverance is leading you closer to your goal. But you have to trust that the outcome is worth it, even if it's not apparent in the moment. Trusting the process is about believing that all the hard work, sacrifices, and challenges you're going through will lead you to where you want to be. Every step, no matter how small, is building your strength, your resilience, and your character. When you come out of this struggle, you will be a different person, stronger, wiser, and ready for the next phase of life. Sometimes, the hardest part of a journey is not the challenges themselves, but the waiting. The feeling of being stuck, the uncertainty of when things will improve, the doubt that creeps in when the finish line seems out of reach. But this is where your true strength lies, in your ability to keep going despite the uncertainty. You see, the beauty of life is that it doesn't always unfold the way we imagine, but often it unfolds in a way that's better for us than we ever could have expected. The struggles, the setbacks, and the hard times shape you into the person you need to be for the success that's coming. You can't rush the process. Trust that everything happening right now is a part of your bigger picture. Even if you can't see it, every hardship, every difficult moment is contributing to something greater. It's preparing you for the next chapter, the next victory, the next level of success. So when life is hard, remind yourself of this. Trust the process. The struggle won't last forever. The pain won't last forever. And the lessons you're learning now will guide you to your success. Just keep moving forward and trust that the outcome will be worth every step, every challenge, every moment of doubt. The future you want is being built right now. Keep trusting, keep believing. The best is yet to come. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you once again, you are not defined by the challenges you face, but by the strength and resilience you exhibit while overcoming them. Life's storms will come, but they do not have the power to break you unless you let them. Every moment of hardship, every struggle you face, is a stepping stone toward becoming a stronger version of yourself. These moments are not here to tear you down. They are here to build you up, to shape you into the person you are meant to be. As you continue on this journey, it's important to remember that the path won't always be smooth. There will be days when you feel like giving up, when the weight of the world seems too heavy to bear. But in those moments, I want you to look deep inside and remember this truth. You've overcome everything life has thrown at you so far. and you will continue to do so. You have the power to decide how you face adversity. You can choose to let it define you in a negative way, or you can choose to use it as fuel to rise higher than you've ever imagined. Every challenge you encounter is a lesson, a test of your strength, character, and determination. And with each test you pass, you are becoming the person who can handle whatever life throws your way. So keep moving forward even when the steps feel small. Progress is progress, no matter how slow it may seem. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. You are not alone in this journey. You have everything within you to rise, to fight, and to win. Embrace your power. Embrace your potential. Keep moving forward, step by step, because you are stronger than you realize. And remember this, no matter how difficult the road may seem, this is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where you emerge victorious, stronger, and more powerful than ever before. You've got this, keep going, and the world will see the greatness you're destined for. The best is yet to come.